that? Karl, we don't cut lettuce with a knife because it will bruise on the edges and turn brown. We take it and tear it through the vein with love.
Myths, all myths. And besides, you said we were in a hurry, and using a blade is an efficient use of prep time.
Karl, we don't sacrifice quality for speed.
Okay.
Oh, wise guy, eh?
What? Not showing the lettuce enough love, Steve?
Oh, we're going to be here all day at this rate.
Well, to quote a very famous chef, never sacrifice quality for the sake of speed. Steve,
I give up.
Yum, 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 yum.
Hi everybody and welcome to another edition of One Chef One Critic. I'm Karl Wells, food critic for The Telegram.
And I'm Chef Steve Watson of Central Dairies.
Okay, Steve, you have a tip for our viewers about storing lettuce or keeping lettuce.
Absolutely, Karl. What I have here is a beautiful bowl of lettuce, and maybe you only use half of it throughout the week, so to speak. So what I would normally do, I'd get my bowl of lettuce, pop it into the fridge, cover it with a damp cloth, and then also cover it with cling film as well to keep the air out of it, and then store that in the fridge like so. And this will keep very good up to 1 week, just like that, because you've kept the air out of it and you've got the moisture in there as well.
I'll tell you something about lettuce which I thought was very interesting. The ancient Romans used to eat lettuce in the evening because they thought it was a sleep aid.
Oh, really?
They thought eating lettuce would give them a good night's rest. I haven't tried it, but well, I don't have any
Food for thought.
I don't, like you, I don't have any trouble sleeping. Anyway, coming up on the program today, our guest is Duncan Major. He's a young graphic artist who has a Juno nomination under his belt, and he's also responsible for an iconic Ron Hines poster. What'll we be cooking with Duncan?
We're going to be making a beautiful chicken breast stuffed with oca cheese, sage, and maple syrup.
Oh, that sounds
glaze.
good.
Yep.
And we have as our guest chef today, Maricriss Francisco of O'Reilly's Irish Pub, and she's going to be making a Filipino appetizer called toquat baboi. So stay tuned. For a complete listing of One Chef One Critic recipes, wine lists, and more, check out our website. Let us know what you think of the show at 757-9600. And here we are with Duncan Major. Welcome to One Chef One Critic, Duncan.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Okay, we have something quite hefty.
Absolutely, Karl.
Today.
What we have, Duncan, today, we're going to be preparing some grain-fed chicken, that's local. We've got some local apples as well. We've got some oca, which is Canadian, and we're going to stuff that with the oca and the apples. A little bit of sage in there. Then we're going to pan-sear it. So I'm going to get stuffing, and then we'll get the pans nice and hot. Okay, perfect.
Okay, that gives me just enough time to ask you about the big Juno nomination in 2016, which was for your graphic work on the album cover and the marketing package for Elements by the Long Distance Runners.
That's right, yeah. It's one of the few Junos that's for artwork, not music.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a fish out of water there.
Yeah, so what did you feel like when you found out that you'd been nominated?
Well, it was kind of a shock, really. It's not something I expected to. You know, you work within such a small circle, and then it's suddenly brought to a national audience, and I can say it was a complete shock and a total honor.
I think one of the reasons you were nominated, if you don't mind my saying so, is because of the unique approach you took to the album cover. Just tell us how that worked.
Yeah, so the album cover is, the album's called Elements, so you see 4 pictures on the cover, and it comes with a transparency, and when you slide the transparency over the cover of the album cover, it reveals 4 elements. So you see fire and water and earth.
And there's a slight bit of movement, which is kind of cool.
That's right, yeah, it sort of animates.
I actually have it here, and I'm just going to hold it up and show our audience how this works. So here is, and this is the vinyl cover, which this is also very cool, seeing vinyl again.
Good, nice big.
So you just it comes with this little cell here, and you just put it over, And I hope you can see what's happening. There's some movement that's kind of taking place here.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Really cool.
Interactive.
Absolutely.
It's an interactive album.
album,
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, so I've got our butter going there now, and Karl, I'm going to get you to do some vegetables there. We've got some beans, some snow peas, and some carrots there. They can be heated up in a little bit of butter as well.
Yep.
I'm going to pop these in, like so. Beautiful sized breast, those. My goodness, absolutely. Then we'll sear them on either side, like that. I'm going to give you a set of tongs, and we'll just give that a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to ask you to turn them, and I'm just going to quickly wash my hands.
Okay, so did you go out to, was it Calgary, where they had the awards?
Yes, I had the opportunity to go out and actually attend the awards in Calgary, and it was really neat. Yeah, there's a gala that happens where most of the awards are given out. It's not actually the Juno night that you see on TV, but there's a gala dinner and awards, and
It's sort of the pre-awards show before the big television blowout the next night or whatever.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, still, it must have been cool to. You probably met some really interesting folks out there.
Yeah, I met some really interesting folks and saw some great music, and it was a really nice event. There was a celebrity chef cooking for the event. We had some
Another one?
bison.
Another celebrity chef?
Roger Mooking. And,
Roger Mooking,
yes.
yeah, excellent.
And he served us tomato surprise. It was really good. It was with a special tomato inside.
Wonderful.
And there was bison as well.
Oh,
which was
nice.
Quite a treat.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now there's something else significant that's happened to you in the last couple of years. You were among 4 other people who were selected by the National Film Board to make a 60-second animated film.
That's right, yeah.
Tell us about that.
I just cleared up recently, and it was a fantastic opportunity. I was really happy to be involved. It was kind of a life-changing thing. It took place over 3 months, and working with the National Film Board was an incredible opportunity for sure. And I made a 60-second film with lino cut prints. So I was working at home. It was an incredible amount of work. And
so you did it all from home?
I did it from home, yeah. So it was normally they have everybody come to Montreal and work there, but this time people worked in their different regions. So there are people from all across Canada working on our films, and then we came together at the end to finish it off and have a screening.
So did you have somebody mentor you for that?
Yeah, there was a mentoring director. And then I guess, all of the people that work at the Film Board were acted as mentors for the project. There was a sound designer, we're working with a color correction expert, and production coordinators, all that. It was very interesting.
Yeah. So can people get to see this?
It will be on the NFB website, and it'll be available there to watch for free.
And what's it called?
It's called Little Big Bang. So it's it's about my son who's just born a year ago, and it's about the kind of change that happens in your life when it happens.
Yeah. Now, tell us about the Ron Hines poster, because I know a lot of folks may have seen this poster over the past few years. Originally, I think it was brought up for a Ron Hines concert, or...
Yeah, that's right. Ron was touring the island of the Arts and Culture Centers, and the Arts and Culture Center was looking for a poster to represent him, and I took it on through the company where I work, Perfect Day, and it was. I really wanted to do a portrait of Ron. He's such an iconic figure, and but my drawing skills are not always the best, so I decided to kind of paint with words. So it's made of words. The titles of his songs.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say there's a significance to the words too.
Yeah, and it's kind of he's known as here we go, the man of 1,000 songs, I guess, and kind of took that to a graphic level. And am I doing okay?
Yeah, perfect.
That looks quite nice actually with the stuffing in there.
Absolutely. I'll just get this one if I can, and then I'll just flip it a little bit more on the angle. There we go. That's
perfect.
There we go.
Perfect.
Very
Move
nice.
it around a little bit.
Looking great. Smells good too.
And then we'll put all the apples in there. All nice and cooking there, and all that butter, and then of course we'll put some Canadian maple syrup over that as well.
I can't remember the last time I had maple syrup.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No pancakes recently?
No,
For,
he's on a diet again, so he tells us, you know. So
for a Canadian, I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, you know, aren't we supposed to be, like, you know, drinking this stuff every day?
I sense we've got a bit of a Quebec theme going.
absolutely,
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, me.
So you mentioned Perfect Day. Tell us about Perfect Day. It's a graphic design company.
Yeah, we're a graphic design and advertising studio
Yeah.
located downtown St. John's. And
this is an international company, isn't it?
it is, yeah. Its origins are in London, England.
Oh,
And,
very good.
so
Know it well.
The owner of Perfect Day Canada is worked in London for a number of years and returned and started the business here. And I was the first employee, and then we have several other employees there now.
Oh, right.
And they're amazing. It's a great place to work. I can't say enough good things about it.
How do you come up with your ideas? Do you all sort of get
that's,
together in blue sky, or
It's different every time. That's the one thing I found with the creative process. You know, it's you never quite know how it's going to work. It's kind of you never quite know if you're going to be able to come up with an idea.
and I suppose sometimes clients bring ideas to you and ask you to, you know, build on them and realize them, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes it's kind of nice when clients come up with an idea because it kind of gives you restrictions to work with, and sometimes the restrictions are the things that help you, you know, come up with something.
Great. Okay, well, I'm just going to duck out because I think everything's under control here.
I think it is, Karl.
And I'm going to get a wine for us to go with this beautiful maple oca chicken.
Very good. So what we're going to do with that, we'll just leave that on for another couple of minutes, then we'll pop it in the oven for about another 10 minutes at 350.
Okay.
And then that'll, because we want to keep the chicken moist and all that cheese to ooze out as well.
Yes, it smells so good.
Yeah.
Love sage. Sage is a great.
Oh
herb.
my goodness, it's...
And it's Tracy Rowe of the Beverage Baron.
Karl.
Welcome, Tracy. Today we are cooking. Boy, we are cooking. It's chicken glazed with maple syrup. And it's stuffed, and it's also got oca cheese.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Artisanal oca cheese in there. So a lot of things going on in this dish. So
Yeah,
I
sounds
imagine there's a lot of
interesting.
different ways we could go in
Yep.
terms of the wine. Eh?
Absolutely. So I have 3 great wines. The first one we have is an Italian wine. It's called the Zen Vogue. It's actually a Primitivo, which is the same grape. It's the same wine as Zinfandel, which most North Americans are familiar with. This has gorgeous dark berry notes. I think would pair great with the maple chicken based on, just has a little touch of sweetness. I think it would be quite complementary to that dish. The next one we have is from the Moselle region in Germany. It's the Rethink
So that
Riesling.
sounds sweet to me.
It's off dry, which means it has a touch of sweetness.
Right.
It's not very typical German style Rieslings that are overly sweet.
Yeah, whenever I hear that word Moselle, I think sweet,
Yeah,
sweet.
no, this is just off dry, so it does have nice firm acidity.
Yeah.
Great notes of honey and pear. Again, would be a nice pairing with the maple chicken. And the last we have from Alsace, France, is the Zinc Pinot Gris. And this is a more full-bodied wine. Very round mouth feel, gorgeous notes of pear and peach. Just lovely wine, beautiful.
So that's not a blush wine, is it?
No,
I'm
it's
just
not.
I'm looking at it from this angle. It looks like it might be a little bit pink.
No,
but it's a white wine.
It is a white wine, yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to go the red root.
Oh, nice.
The red root.
I think it's a great choice.
And I'm anxious to try this Italian.
It
'Cause
is,
I've never
Primitivo.
had this one before. And just quickly again, what are the prices?
Sure. The Primitivo is $14.75. The Rethink Riesling is $16.83, and the Zinc is $24.11.
Okay, so I'm saving money too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
Now we're just about to plate our last piece of maple glazed chicken with oca, like so. And then we'll get some of our beautiful sauce there with all our apples and all our juices and butter and maple syrup. There we go. And now let's go and see Karl and Duncan in the dining room and see what they think of our truly Canadian dish.
That ought to hold you.
Thank you. Lovely.
Okay, boy, that stuffing looks almost too pretty to eat.
It
but
does,
I'm
doesn't it,
afraid
Karl?
I'm going to have to.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Let's have a little taste and see what we
Yes.
think of this chicken with cheese.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is fantastic. Yeah. You forget sometimes how just a little bit of sweetness can really make
Draw the
a meat
flavours out,
dish
yeah.
taste that much better. Yeah, I really like that. Just want to ask you before we head off into the sunset about printing. You worked with Tara Bryan on a very old printing press. I mean, this is a manual press.
Yes.
What was that whole experience like? You were a printer's devil. What is that, by the way?
Printer's devil. It's like an assistant to the printer. So
Yeah.
they're the underling, you should say, I guess.
Devil
And,
because you probably get full of black ink.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. And it was a cool experience. She hired me when I was very young, and I was working on these old machines with handset type. And I've since become really fascinated with it, and I have a little press of my own in my basement. It's a tiny one, but Tara has some really nice old, larger presses. And,
So she's not only been a mentor, but you've also partnered on projects like books and that sort of thing, have you not?
yeah, she's released a few books that I've done illustrations for, and we've collaborated on some stories
Yeah.
too. So, it's a kid's book, and we love working together. It's just a good
I
working
should
relationship.
show one of the books here. This is one of your projects.
Yeah, with Marnie Parsons. that one
Okay,
is,
this
yeah.
was with Marnie, and you can see Duncan's illustrations inside here. I can find, oh, there you go. So that's what it looks like. And apart from this, you've started your own imprint, which is called Walpurgis.
Yes, that's.
And what do you do with Walpurgis?
Well, using that small press I have at home, I create cards and coasters and tiny, stationery, that sort of thing,
Cards,
bookmarks, and
This
it's
isn't
fun
a
stuff.
coaster, that's a
Myself
lino
and my
cut,
wife
right?
do that
You
together.
actually use this to make this image on this card, right?
Yeah, so you carve into the linoleum and then ink it up and print it.
Cool. Now, I've got to get through all of your portfolio because
Oh,
you're a musician. You're a musician as
That
well.
happened too, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What do you play?
I play the keyboard. It's been a few years now, though.
Okay.
But I played in bands for years. In probably, I think it was 3 bands that I played in. But I played guitar and keyboard. Yeah.
So I guess that must have. I mean, your musical background probably made that Juno nomination all the sweeter, right?
It did, yeah. I mean, I love art and music kind of belong together, I think, and so
Yeah.
that's what I love doing is creating the album covers for music specifically.
You're a new dad. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And how has being a dad changed your life?
It's just it opens you up to thinking about things differently, and it's just a child's perception of the world is so unique, and so full of life, and so it's brought a kind of a new perspective on things.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great having you on the show. We've really appreciated your stopping by, and it's been great to learn about everything you're doing. And I'm sure you've got lots, at your age, you've got lots more down the road to accomplish. And we look forward to hearing all about it. Thanks for being with us, Duncan.
Thanks very much.
Duncan
Cheers.
Major. And coming up next on the program, we have Chef Maricriss Francisco, and she's going to do a Filipino appetizer called toquat baboi. Stick around. O'Reilly's Irish Pub and Mussels on the Corner are 2 fun spots on the downtown entertainment scene. As a matter of fact, they're actually physically connected so that you don't even have to go outdoors to go from one to the other. You don't have to ruffle a hair on your head. But if you're looking for deliciously good food, good music, good drink, they're the places to go in the downtown these days. And we're so happy to have with us the chef for both. Maricriss, welcome. This is Maricriss Francisco, folks. And what are you going to make for us?
Actually, I'm doing a Filipino dish right now. It's really popular in our country, for appetizer, for when you're drinking wine, beer.
Oh.
or sometimes after a hangover.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They paired it with porridge together with this one.
Oh, really?
So it's a
Okay.
combination.
called?
It's toquat baboi. It's bean curd and pork belly combined. Normally we have it pork
Toquat
ears.
baboi.
Yes.
Toquat baboi.
In back home we normally have it with pork ears also, but here it's really hard to find. So I will just stick to the pork
You
belly.
don't often see pork ears at Subway's.
No, no.
Yeah. But anyway, show us how you make it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, first you need to parboil the pork belly, and after that you just need to pan sear
Sear it, okay.
until it's crispy, and together with the bean curd, so the tofu. We call it tofu or tokwa. Back home it's tokwa, we call it tokwa. It's from soy.
Okay, like a soy curd. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
And then afterwards, once it's cooked already and pan seared, it's gonna be like this.
Oh,
So you just need to toss it with the marinade. So with the marinade, we have soy sauce.
Okay.
right. Is this any particular flavor soy sauce? or?
Actually, it's just a Filipino brand
Okay, yeah.
from back
I know
home.
some of them have like little vinegar in them just to
Yes, some
make
are-
them a little bit
that's
acidic
true.
or whatever.
And that's what I'm gonna put now. It's the white vinegar.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So you're adding some vinegar. That's great.
So there's some acidity there. yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and then a little bit sugar to it, so a little bit sweetness to it,
Okay.
and a little bit salt and pepper.
Yeah.
So is this a kind of a family dish as well?
Oh yes, it's really popular back home because when
You wouldn't just have it out in bars or clubs or whatever. You
we actually have it in street food
Okay.
on streets, and also we also have it in bars also.
would you make
Okay,
it at
yeah.
home?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can do it at
okay,
home as well.
yeah.
Then, if you want a little bit spice, you just put chili flakes to
Chili
it.
flakes, yeah.
And it depends on how spicy you want it, from mild to
Yeah, yeah.
how strong you can manage to. And just need to put the red onions,
Yeah.
the julienne ones.
Yeah.
So just blend them all together with a little bit garlic.
Okay.
And then when it's combined together,
Then we
that's
move
the
that
time
up.
you're gonna put the pork belly.
Yeah. So this is all at room temperature.
Yes, everything
Okay.
is room temperature.
Yep.
Together with the tofu or the bean curd.
Good. Okay. Yep.
Then you just need to let it soak together and give it a touch with the green onions.
Onions, yes. Yes. Give a nice bit of colour there.
A little bit
sure.
color to it. And that's about it.
Okay. Then we'll present it on the
And
plate.
we're gonna put it in a plate.
Okay. And then you say you could serve this with porridge.
Yes, it's served. It's like a
Really?
side for porridge.
Porridge, yeah. Yeah.
And when it's we call it arroz caldo. If it's the base of the porridge is chicken.
Chicken. Okay.
Or
yeah.
sometimes we call it goto if it's a beef base
Okay.
porridge.
Yeah.
And then you cook it together with, eat it together with this one. So it's like a side dish.
Fish. Okay. Yeah.
And that's a banana leaf.
This is a banana
Banana
leaf.
leaf,
Just
yeah.
for
I knew that.
presentation.
I knew that.
I was going to ask Karl if he knew what it was, but he's.
Asians we have a lot of bananas.
Yeah.
So bananas and coconut, no. So that's what we're normally use for
right.
presentation purposes.
Yeah.
And it gives a little flavor as well especially when it's like heated up for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give a nice
Very
touch
good.
to it.
I can't wait to taste it. I enjoy all Asian food, actually.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
So would you do any Filipino dishes at O'Reilly's? Or?
Yeah, Brenda had one item in there for like a mussels.
Okay.
It's a Filipino style kind of cooking of steamed mussels.
The marinade is very good.
It is very good.
Okay, something
Thank
sweet,
you
tangy, and
So much, Maricriss, for being on the show.
you're
Pleasure to
welcome.
have you here.
It's my pleasure.
And that's it for this edition of
One chef.
One Critic.
I love the bacon there.
crunchy.
Yes, it
It's like
is.
a thick bacon. The pork belly, it's like a thick bacon now.
I'm going to have to take a photograph, so we can't eat too
So,
much.
so you're telling me not to eat too much more?
I'm telling you to stop. Stop eating. What are we cooking with Duncan?
We're going to be making a Canadian maple chicken stuffed with artisanal oka.
Are you sure?
Yes. Oka. 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 Oka.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of One Chef One Critic. I'm Karl Wells, food critic for the Telegraph. I'm sorry, let's start. I had lettuce on my tongue.